Hey, what's up guys? Pedro training here. We're going to talk about some shoulders today. So biggest thing that I've been experiencing in the gym lately is everybody has a little bit of a nagging shoulder pain. So nowadays I feel like we're very prominent in the tops of our shoulders and our traps. So we're on our phones, we're in our cars, we're constantly stressed. They're aggravated, they're a little annoyed. A lot of the times I realize that these muscles are so overactive and so tight on people that their lats are almost inactive. So thinking about that, we want to mobilize our shoulders and then we want to try to figure out some ways to activate these big lat muscles. Mobility of the shoulder, we just want to get some movement going. We want to get a little bit of range of motion. I'm going to go through 3 movements to show us how we can mobilize the shoulder and get some range of motion going before we start to activate those muscles. So I'm going to go into a kneeling position. I want to make sure that my hands are directly underneath my shoulders. I want to make sure that my knees are shoulder width. I'm going to be here. I'm going to think about a kneeling reach through. So I'm going to reach my arm through. I'm going to try to drop my shoulder down. And then I'm just going to come back up to that kneeling position. So with this, we're getting rotation of our shoulder. We're getting extension of that shoulder. We're getting rotation of our thoracic spine, our upper back. Here, I would go through 5 reps on each side, just to get some mobility and extension of our shoulders and our back. Now we're going to think about a little bit of rotation. We're still in our kneeling position. I'm going to bring that arm up and around. We might keep it low. If there's pain, we might go a smaller circle. If you're comfortable, you may open that arm and shoulder up into a bigger circle. Making sure that it's pain-free range of motion. Don't force this motion. Don't be pain and achy in that motion. Try to control it and go through your natural ability. We'll do 5 each direction. Focus on keeping my body still. I'm not compensating with my back or my elbow to do that motion. I'm keeping my whole body stable while that arm goes through that range of motion. Our last one, we're going to turn on our side. We're going to go into a side lying position. So I want to stack my knees. I want to lay down on the outside of my shoulder, kind of like I'm laying in bed. We're here. We're going to extend our top arm. We're going to try to push our top arm as far forward over our hand. We're going to rotate that arm up and around. If we can touch the ground the whole time, touch the ground the whole time. Full rotation all the way towards our hips. Full rotation coming all the way back. Pull that shoulder back in, pulling your arm below your hand. Reach back out past our hand and mobilize. Getting 5 of these reps on each side, you're going to feel a lot of blood flowing through our shoulder. We're really going to warm this shoulder up nice. So we've gone through 3 movements that's just going to mobilize the shoulder, get some range of motion to it. Now let's start thinking about those traps and those lats. So thinking about that, rising and decompression of our shoulders. So we're always rising up. I'm noticing that everybody's always tense. We're stressed. The world is really tough nowadays. Everything we're doing on our phones promotes us to activate our traps and rise our shoulders up. First off, be aware of that. Be aware of your posture. Be aware of your position. Don't let your shoulders always come up towards your ears. Try to think shoulders down, chest out, big posture. So we're going to go into a lying position on our belly. In this position, we can have our head down. We can literally rest our forehead on the ground if you like. We're thinking here, we're going to go into a field goal position. Our elbows are bent at 90 degrees. I can rest my forehead down onto the ground. Here, I just want to do a lift, a controlled lift of my shoulder blades. First thing that's going to happen naturally for everybody is their shoulders are going to go forward. So we want to try to really mentally connect to our shoulders to go down and then lift up. So again, the difference between shoulders up, shoulders down before you lift. Doing that exercise for 10 to 12 reps. That's really going to force the scaps to start to move. We're moving those shoulder blades in those ranges of motion. So now we're going to come up into our kneeling position and we're going to think about just engaging those shoulder blades a little bit more. So we're going to think about just our shoulders pushing and separating, not rising up, keeping our shoulders down. We want to spread our back apart,
kind of like a cobra when it gets mad and it's really flaring its face and hood. Then we want to squeeze those shoulder blades together. Again, not coming up, always focusing on shoulders down and back to the middle back position. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and then push them out. Squeeze them together, push them out. We're going to do 10 of those. This basic movement of our shoulder blades is the basis for all movements of our arm. Anywhere that our arm wants to go, our shoulder blade has to go with it. So if your arm's going forward and you're not moving your shoulder blade, you might tear a shoulder muscle or you might aggravate your elbow. Everything we do with our arms every day involve our shoulders. We're constantly moving them. It's one of the biggest range of motions of the body. So take care of your shoulders, use these exercises. Check me out. I'm bringing more content.